Hi everyone, welcome back to my Canadian pregnancy journey, since there's not much out there for Canadians, and it's different for Canadians. As I said, I think before, I wouldn't even qualify to be a surrogate in the States, and I think that their rules are better. So I apologize to those who've been following that it's been a while. I am now 22 weeks pregnant. It's a girl. And I just want to give information at this time for people to understand what they're getting into. As a 44, almost 45-year-old woman, this journey has been incredibly difficult for me. There you go with the ums again. So it started off with some bleeding in the first trimester, and that was likely due to an SCH, is what they call it, which is a subchronic hematoma. I'm not 100% sure I'm saying that right, but subchronic hematoma. I'm saying hematoma right, just I'm not sure about the rest. Anyways, and that went away within, I think it was like a month. And I've had no bleeding in the second trimester at all, which is really good. I also found out that my blood pressure was high. Not extremely high, but nerve-wrackingly high. I also found out that I have uterine fibroids, which the way they were explained to me at first was that they are non-cancerous growths in my uterus. That didn't impress me very much, because from what my understanding is, and all the searching and information I've gotten from the various doctors that I've talked to, is that they are going to get bigger as the pregnancy progresses, and that they could be painful, and hopefully they won't be, but they could be. And they should go away, but that doesn't mean they will go away. They could require surgery. So was not happy to hear that, because I didn't get any of this with my children. I didn't understand that these are high risks, not only with IVF and surrogacy, but being a 45-year-old carrier. And then the final icing on the cake has been recent, with learning that I have gestational diabetes, which again I did not have with mine. And I know every pregnancy is different, and they say that, but with my age, apparently, it heightens that risk so much more, and IVF may or may not play a role. I don't think they're decided on that yet, but definitely my age. So I just want to kind of touch base on these things and shoot it in the comments if you have any questions about it, because I can get more information. I can tell you kind of in great detail how things have been, but it's been difficult, and the tiredness and the morning sickness, it's been a rough road. Trying to work, trying to be there for my family, it's a lot. I think the last hurdle that I've had to climb was because we moved, I started a new job, and I had to tell my boss. And a lot of people I've noticed on the surrogacy site worry about that. And I think you really just need to feel your boss out. If you're past, they can't fire you. They're not supposed to be able to fire you. So legally you can take action. But we all know that people don't follow rules, and they're going to just say, oh, well, you know, whatever reason they come up with, if you're in your probation period. So if you have time and you're early enough in your pregnancy, you can always wait till after your probation period, or you can feel them out. I was starting to pop because I was 20 weeks when I told her. I had just popped the week before, where I actually looked pregnant. So it was getting really hard for me to hide it anymore. And so I told her, and she was really good with it. I told her I don't really need time off unless something goes wrong, and I assured her that that kind of thing. This is my third pregnancy, so I'm not really worried that I'm not going to be able to get up and going right away, unless I have a C-section. So I also learned, and this is another thing that can be more common in people who have IVF or surrogacy, is, I don't know if I can do this. Your placenta, we'll say that this round part is your placenta. The cord is supposed to come out in the middle, kind of here. And her cord is coming out the side. And what that means that it's a weak spot. So they're going to be keeping a really close eye on her growth. And that means lots of ultrasounds, which is always nice. But there's a chance of going early, which I was going to anyways. We'll get into that in a minute. And there's a higher risk for an emergency C-section because if it ruptures, you need to go for a C-section. And I've never had a C-section. It always scared me with my first. Was not real thrilled with the thought with my second either, but I had more confidence because I'd been through a labor and delivery before, so it didn't cross my mind quite as much. But now that I know that this is a fair possibility, I'm nervous again. I don't want to take more time off work than I have to, and I don't want another surgery. I've had a few surgeries, and I'm not really wanting more, especially being 45 years old, and I don't know my recovery rate. There's also, from the umbilical attachment, there's also a chance that I could hemorrhage. So I want people to be aware of these things. I'm not trying to scare anybody, even though I'm kind of nervous right now. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just want people to understand the risks of IVF, surrogacy, and age. I don't know how much each part of that plays in this, but I would not recommend being over 35 and doing this. 100% would not encourage anyone over 40 to do this, because I don't know. I'm embarrassed at work when I have to go take my sugars, and I have to take them an hour after I eat. So it's not like I'm on break when I have to do it. And so that kind of really frustrates me, because in my work, there's not really any good place to do that. I'm not doing it in the bathroom. I work in a hospital. It's not the cleanest place. I'm adjusting, but it's difficult. And to know that there's a extremely high chance that I'm going to have to take insulin before the end of this pregnancy, it's not the end of the world. People take insulin all the time. It's a new adjustment. To me, I've only just found out in the last couple of weeks. So to me, all this has been a new adjustment. And it could have been avoided. This subchronic hematoma could have been avoided. The uterine fibroids could be avoided. And the gestational diabetes and the placenta attachment to the cord could have been avoided. If I had the facts before getting pregnant, I would be able to make an educated choice. I've taken social service worker and addictions and mental health. And in there, we talk about a thing called informed consent. I did not have informed consent to have this surrogacy. I did not have that at all. I was not informed. And that makes me really angry. Really angry. I'm trying to keep this positive and nice. I know that it doesn't seem like it, but it's just because I want you to know the realities of the situation. Lots of surrogacies happen, and a lot of people don't have issues. But a lot of people do, especially as they get up there in age. And I'm witness to that. Sorry, just the lighting is bad. So if you have any questions, comments, things you want me to look into, I'll definitely do what you need me to do, or share what you need me to share to make your journey more comfortable, or your journey to find out information, to be informed and have informed consent. Because I think everybody should have actual informed consent. It just infuriates me that they just let it go. I think it comes down to money, and the more surrogates they have, the more money they make. Just like every other business out there, this is a business. And that's really sad because this is a business of babies and it shouldn't be that much of business. You need to make sure every time I talk to somebody from the agency or from or from the clinic, either way, it's probably the same no matter what clinic you go to. I don't get, how are you doing? I get, how's the baby doing? Well, as much as I'm concerned about the baby and it's my job to keep her safe, comfortable, and supported in my uterus as much as one can, I am important as well. And when I say things like that, the agency gets pissed. And that's fine. It's not going to change my perception. I'm really angry that I didn't get informed consent. And of course, all of the things that I'm saying are my opinions and my experiences. But they're also based on knowledge. I have like 4 degrees from college, or not degrees, I guess, diplomas from college. I can't believe how they treat their women, their carriers. They see us as a dollar sign. That's the only way I can see it. And, if you're in the agency and you want to say something, go ahead. You're not going to change my mind. I've been watching this. I've been talking to surrogates. I've been talking to intended parents. You don't know who I've been talking to. So, know that I'm 100% not the only one who thinks this. Yeah, not at all. So unfortunately, this was not a happy video. And I know I said I was going to try to make it a happy video, but this is an informative video, and it is based on my experiences that have not been happy. It shouldn't be all these medical issues when I'm just trying. And the sad thing is, unless I get a doctor's order to stay home, I can't stay home and take care of myself. I can't afford that. And I think you should really get good help and ask good questions when you do your contracts. Because I don't think everything should be left up to a doctor. If you're puking every day from morning sickness and you're tired as shit, you shouldn't have to go to work, but be penalized. Because if I don't go to work, I don't get paid like everybody else. So, I don't know. I think if I knew then what I know now, things would be very, very, very different. I'm not very sure I would have carried this. I'm so happy to give this family a family and give them a child. I'm so happy. I'm just not happy what I'm going through in the 9, 10. I don't know how things are going to be after. The diabetes should go away. The high blood pressure is easily controlled. But the hematoma, that went away. That's great. The fibroids, we don't know yet. Am I going to hemorrhage out when I deliver because of this cord problem? We don't know. Am I going to have a C-section? We don't know. So, oh my God, the lights are horrible in here. So, I just want you guys to be aware. So, I'm going to try to do another video soon. I don't know. I don't know if I want to show my belly. But she's getting there. So that's the happy part. The happy part. The sad part is her placenta is at the front of my belly, so I don't really get to feel her much. And I loved feeling my daughter kick and my kids kick. However, it is what it is, and somebody's going to be very, very happy. And I'm happy to give that to them. I just would have really liked to have informed consent. So hopefully this helps you have informed consent and that it helps you on your journey. I will see you next time. Take care. God bless.